Barrister Mbeseha, let's start with the fact that the ministers are shutting people up from discussing these sensitive, serious issues. In fact, it's a threat, really, and would definitely find out information if the local news and all of that is actually buying into the threat, as it were. But the thoughts of people being restricted from expressing an obvious feeling it's kind of not just sad, it's a tragedy.
Oh, well, maybe a tragedy to you and me, Amazonians. It's not a tragedy to Francophones, call our Republic. And this is the background. Remember, when the president goes out, especially President Biya, because that's the one that we know, when he moves out of Yaoundé to go to China as he did, for about a week, at the most 2 days, the town is shut down. And the message is the president is going out. And when he finally goes, he has never come back for more than a month. So when he's going out, it's an official departure. People see him going. When he's coming back, it's an official return. People see him coming back. But he goes out, his departure is announced. He never comes back for more than 30 days. And nobody's questioning it. To them, it's just normal that the president can live anywhere. And let us not forget, they are discussing it now and giving orders and left and right because somebody ventured to announce it. Somebody ventured to announce that the president is dead, right or wrong. It was announced by ABS. ABS is not one of the networks in Yaoundé or Douala. It's not even in France. ABS is linked to some Amazonians. And because they announced this, he found them now on a frenzy, trying to defend the indefensible. And so you find Atanganji all trying to do what is impossible. Who is Atanganji doing this thing? He's the Minister of Territorial Administration. What connection has Atanganji got to do with the press? Is it they want to authorize the press to broadcast or not to broadcast something? It is not within his competence as the Minister of Territorial Administration. In Cameroon, they have the Ministry of Communication that gives licenses for people to operate those things. They have a whole structure set up there to discipline news organs, to discipline journalists if they give out the information they do not want it to go out. None of this is lodged in the Ministry of Territorial Administration. Nothing. And so Mr. Atanganji comes out issuing these things. They don't want to hear a discussion on the president's head. Why? One must ask. This is what has been going on in Cameroon. It's not just the head. You don't discuss anything on the government. You discuss it, you'll be sent to jail. I think there's something in Cameroon they call higher instructions. That nobody knows where they come from. But they become the law. People are forced to obey them. And he asked, they elected this man, if he was elected, at least for 7 years. And seeing the communicators have come out to explain, to catch up, to explain his absence, is one from Ayolo. Mr. Ayolo is the chief of the civil cabinet at the presidency. But Ayolo is not issuing this order, this explanation from the presidency. No, he's issuing it from abroad. In other words, when the president goes out for 1 month, or for 2 months, or for 1 year, he moves with the whole presidency and the staff. People might not know what it means. That's huge sums of money. They pay a lot of money to move the whole presidency out of Yaoundé to wherever he is, hiding or popularly there, issuing decrees, issuing whatever he thinks there. He has another presidential palace abroad. The presidential palace that he operates from abroad is not given to you free of charge. They are paying Cameroon money there. They are paying those hotel suites. They are paying whatever space they're operating from. And so the people don't have money even to live back home. You see the streets are so dirty. There's no good road. And the people are spending tons of money abroad to pay for presidential offices to run from abroad. And again, until this thing started just a week ago, this issue was never debated. No Francophone will put out his finger to say why the president is absent. Nobody would dare say it because they will arrest you. And now that it's out, it is beyond control. You hear this order from Atanganji. Then you know, well, if you talk about it again, you go to jail. You don't just talk about it. Do you even understand what is meant by freedom of speech, freedom of thought? You are free to think that the president is dead. That's your opinion. That does not kill him. You are free to say the president is mad. That's your opinion. It is not the law. So people are restrained from even expressing themselves unless you have to express yourself in their own way and in support of them. This is just madness. It's total absence of any liberties in the world. The press, the freedom of the press, is supposed to be there. They are free to write what they like. If it offends you, the reaction is not to go and ban the paper. No. Take them to the court. Take them to the press regulatory agency there. And they'll have appropriate sanctions for them. There's no place for Atanganji to take individual sanctions against the press or against individual journalists. Is this new? No. We have been singing the song of Wazizi, who was taken into captivity just for having an FM radio station in Boya. He has never returned. We are told that he's dead. We don't even know where his dead body is. He was a journalist. Why? He was taken into custody by government agencies for voicing an opinion that is different from theirs. And he's not dead. Nobody was asking any question until Zogo fell in the same trap. Now they're talking about Zogo. It has involved so many government officials that they don't even know what to do, but they're talking about it because they caught one of them. Wazizi was one of us. Nobody ever cared to bother. Nobody ever demonstrated. Not journalists in Cameroon. Call it, they have a union of journalists. Nobody came out to say, let us protest against the catching of Wazizi and the killing of Wazizi. Because they killed him. They have not told us how he died. Nobody said anything. And so that is a banana republic. That's a republic to which we should never have belonged. That's a republic to which we don't belong. And we must get out of it. And so Mr. Atanganji can remain there making all that bullshit. It has no meaning legally. It has meaning militarily because they will catch you, they will jail you without asking questions. It's not going to go to any court anyway. Over to you.
Barrister Mbeseha, well, like you said, we know when it comes to La République, press stifling has been a thing since the ages. Even at the onset of this war, press stifling was a thing. But of course, it doesn't read the scenario of the absurdity of this ban on the press and people talking about such an important issue as a president going missing for over a month now. Well, away from the absurdity of this ban, looking at the Ambazonia, how this could potentially or possibly affect Ambazonia. How do you think President Paul Biya's absence impacts the ongoing Ambazonian struggle? Do you think it has any potential impact on the struggle?
It probably will have. Not because his presence will torment anything. No. The debate now over social media and official media, even in government circles in Yaoundé, about the possible presence or absence of Paul Biya has raised the issue to a higher level. It has raised an important issue which will affect Amazonia. The possibility that there's going to be power change, shift in power at the Tuli. Whether that shift in power gives power to his wife, his widow, or his son, or anybody he likes, that's going to affect Amazonia. So his physical presence has been important because we know him. Since this guy started 2016 till today, he has never said anything. But they have acted on higher instructions. And so they can manufacture anything and do it like that. If he is no longer there, for good or for bad, there will be a new leader. He's going to take a different approach. So, but we don't know how that transition would work. Is it going to be something just moving in Madame to become the president or my son to become the president? We don't know. But we speculate that without him, if he's no longer there, people are not just going to let things happen. There'll be a struggle. There'll be a fight because everybody wants power. And if there's a fight, Ambazonians are going to be affected. If there's a fight, the Betis, who officially control the presidency, they officially control the military, they control every apparatus of government. They are not going to let things go easily. They will fall back to fight for their deserved rights. The others are not going as suspect, are not just going to let things go, they will fight back. In that process, where does the Amazonian, what they call the Anglo, fall? Where do you fall? I don't know how many of them are in the presidential guard. They are not even there. If they are very few. You become the enemy of the system because you have cautioned this thing for many years. So if you were asking me, I would simply say, if there are any Ambazonians in their territory, both military and otherwise, start to think about your flight route because the days ahead might be very, very dangerous for you. That time, whoever pretends to be your friend now is not going to be your friend. Think about your escape route because the signs are dangerous and looking very bad for the future.